Today's episode is brought to you by Dilly Company. Are you looking for some cool, comfy pickleball gear and clothes for everyone? Dilly Company. Check out today's episode for a special promo code. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Don't Make Me Come Back There. We are a funny podcast about family. My name is Dustin Nickerson. I'm a stand-up comedian and the host of the aforementioned podcast. No long pause there. It's a double episode day. We got to get going. Alongside me is my lovely wife, co-host, CFO, overall great gal, and the hot mom I saw at the Cold War Kids concert last night.
Hey.
We're dragging. We're at a show on a Monday. Melissa Nickerson, formerly known as Melissa Hoagland. She was my girlfriend back then. Okay. Now she's my ex-girlfriend. I don't know. And Andy is here as well. I don't know what Andy's maiden name is, but
we're going to find out.
You took...
I don't think I get a maiden name.
No.
I don't think it works that way.
No. You took Mercedes' name, right? Mercedes.
Andy, I would be Andy Williams if that was the case.
Yes?
Oh,
Yes.
Like the old swooner, or
Yes.
crooner. Gosh, missing up so many words.
Kind of wish I did.
Yeah. Underrated Christmas art. I mean, I've gone on this rant before. Andy Williams' Christmas album is so good. So good. But
you know, it's March and I have not brushed up on Christmas albums.
It's Christmas. It's the one that it's the holiday season. Yeah, he's great. Yeah. And didn't beat his kids. So
That's right.
Great voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bing, bing. Anyways, funny podcast about family. We're loopy and it's a single episode day, but we got a lot to get into.
We took a real risk and went to a concert on Monday night.
We've got a lot to talk about. We got a weekend recap, but we've got a great Reddit thread we're going to dive into. Mel and Dustin have had one of their most unconventional, 80 hours, ever. Yeah. And our lives are very different right now than what they normally are. And we usually are kind of the unconventional one. Ready, but we got kids in different places. It's
spring break.
It's a whole to do.
It is.
It's a whole to do.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
a whole to do because you said this morning, you were like, Joel's on spring break.
I know.
He went on spring break Friday.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show how wonky of a time it's been for us.
I didn't mean that. I listen.
You just forgot for a second.
Well, and I wasn't trying to minimize what you do.
No. Well, you missed. You were touring and working during his finals, and he was working on a paper all week, and but then when you came home, he was on his way out the door.
Joel's on a trip right now, and I forgot he wasn't missing school for it. Because we have a daughter who's missing school for a play, and I just thought, anyways.
And then our other daughter's at school. So
we're going to get
very confusing.
all into it.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout-out to our new backseaters who have joined the Dustin Nickerson Comedy Fans Group. Vonda Wall, Nathan Kavanaugh, Joshua Terry, Richie Rice, Jeff Watts. What did I say? Facebook group. Yeah, the Dustin Nickerson Comedy Fans.
Facebook. I think.
The Dustin Nickerson Comedy Fans Facebook group. It's literally the only thing I look at on Facebook. I love it so much.
That's it.
It's
literally the only thing I look at on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's all you have to say.
That's all. There's nothing else that I want on there other than people who are my fans. Because I don't mean that sounds more self-indulgent than I wanted it to be. But
you don't use Facebook as an app. No. So
I deleted it off my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Last week we were discussing the best Hey songs in our behind the scenes Patreon. That's hard. BTS.
Behind the scenes.
Yep. Patreon. We were discussing what are the best songs.
Patreon exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
We gave it to the Facebook group.
We gave it to the Facebook group too,
or that segment.
So we did. We were hitting some of the classics, and they threw in there as well. Little Talks, Monsters and Men, of course. Mm-hmm. I don't know how we missed this one. What's Up by Four Non Blondes.
Oh
yeah. That's
Oh wow.
And Vonna said, "Hey, diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle." Of course. If I recall, ours were. Obviously, "Hey Ya" is like a gigantic one.
And I texted you afterwards because I was like, "Oh, I was actually singing Dr. Dre's next episode."
You were on. Yeah.
Hold up.
Yeah. Someone said Amy Grant's "Hey Now." I don't know that song.
I don't either.
Hey now. You don't remember that song?
Dream It's Over?
That's not
No,
Amy
okay.
Grant.
That's right,
That's
but
a great
that's-
song,
Yeah.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not an Amy Grant.
Yeah, you're
Don't-
right. Yeah, I was like, is that the borderline of
Yeah.
crossover? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary.
I would only know like one or two Amy Grant songs. We are just a little too young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was that was she was got a divorce and everyone lost their mind, right?
Yes.
In the 90s?
In the 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've come a long way, evangelicals.
I think she's had a full turn, you know?
Yeah.
We're still really like her.
Micah was being silly down under by calling "Hey." All right.
Technical.
I think "Ho Hey" by the Lumineers is. I mean, it's
That's the one
ho
I couldn't think of. Yeah.
hey. I mean, I have a whole bit about it. Anyways,
Stomp and clap.
it's great stuff. Hey, yeah, but I think at the end of the day, though, you're not gonna be able to beat "Hey, yeah." I mean,
I think
So
on
anyways.
a largest scale.
In
Yeah,
all genres.
that's it.
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
That's
it's it's the only one getting played at weddings, and it's bringing everyone to the dance floor.
That and Bruno Mars.
Yeah, well, Bruno's secret's out,
Yep.
baby. Have we
He's in
talked to you
a bit of
about that?
trouble. No.
So I knew that
Oh.
because I'm close friends with someone who works at. I'm not gonna
Keep it anonymous.
divulge any.
We're gonna-
I know someone who was privy to that information, and I had told that was the hottest piece of gossip that I had. I was like, did you know that he's in massive gambling debt to MGM? Like he is deep underwater, and then it came out. Yeah, I don't want to laugh too much at it because gambling is a real addiction. Woo, because he's like 50 million in the hole or something like that.
You
It's
know,
like
I didn't see
crazy.
any news coverage of it. I just saw like one meme that you sent me. You
It
know,
wasn't a meme. It was an
well,
article.
it was a news
But, I
article.
mean, that
Okay.
I get what you mean that
what
they
I
kind of
mean
look
is,
like here. Well, one of the people I
um,
told was Kev on stage, and so I sent it to him.
okay. What I mean is that like it hasn't been all over my feeds,
No,
but
yeah.
it is a noteworthy story.
Well, he's got a good PR team then.
I don't know.
You know.
You'd think with how much they're covering, like Kate Middleton, like
Well,
but that-
where
that's
in the
just-
world is Kate Middleton? Every time I see the story, it's in my head, and I don't know. Bruno Mars reportedly has a $50 million gambling debt. Bruno Mars, renowned for his chart-topping hits like 24K Magic, finds himself entangled in a financial dispute with MGM Resorts International, where he entered a multi-year residency deal back in 2016. The singer's penchant for high-stakes gambling allegedly led to substantial debts at the poker tables in Las Vegas. Reportedly amounts to millions and potentially up to $50 million, according to news sorted by according to sources cited by News Nation. Despite his lucrative partnership with MGM, with an estimated annual income of $90 million, Mars is said to face significant financial obligations to repay his debts, significantly impacting his net earnings from the deal, which purportedly amount to $1.5 billion per performance after taxes. This situation raised questions about the stability of his relationship with the hospitality giant, especially as part of his contract included ventures like the Pinky Ring Cocktail Lounge at the Bellagio Resort. Bruno has previously discussed his gambling experience, reflecting on his early days frequenting casinos before his rise to fame. So there you go. Hopefully Bruno gets some help. It's gambling.
It's tough.
Yeah, I'm not gonna throw stones at that story because that's really bad. Gambling
Well,
addiction is
I think-
ruins some
I think
lives.
a lot of people, but stars,
Yeah,
enjoy that, and it's like anything.
I think
know?
that I mean, there's a thrill to gambling. You
Mhm.
know, I get it. It's not for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And also just like you've just performed, you're
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Well,
like, there's definitely
You know when gambling is most up is when the economy is down. There's a desperation to gambling. That's why it's like can be fun or whatever. Like, oh, night out, we gotta. And then it's my version of gambling is the lamest of it all, which is we play poker, which is nobody talks. There's no celebrating really. You just sit and
like
you just kind of brood, and half the people wear sunglasses and it's pretty boring. The people who are best at it are good at math. Lame. Hey, I mean, that's true of most casino games, I suppose. Like a little bit of math helps, but
That's true, especially in blackjack.
in blackjack,
Ooh.
yeah.
You told me, or I don't know if it was Norm Macdonald. He talks about it in his memoir and stuff, but well, it's not a memoir. In his book,
Yeah.
But like you put money on the losing team, or so you're happy if your team wins.
Oh yeah.
But you're relieved.
Hedging your bets. You
if
buy a
they
win. This
lose.
is you
don't owe.
yeah, this is so if I were to and I have done this where like if there's like a high stakes Seahawks I don't put a lot of money on, but like Seattle sports game, Huskies or anything like that, I will bet against my team. So I'm happy either way. I look at it yeah. So if the Huskies win, awesome. Fantastic. Would I lose $50? Great. Huskies lose? Well, I made $50.
But there's like an anxiety and a joy, and it's emotion.
Yeah, it's an emotional thing. I mean, it's
a thrill.
You can't go to Vegas without seeing gambling, addiction stuff everywhere. It's the real deal. So
yeah,
you hope he gets some help.
Mm-hmm.
Now, should I probably also not make light of the Kate Middleton story? Perhaps, but I'm going to. That I was telling, not really. I'm not gonna make light of it. I didn't plan on talking about Kate Middleton, but we kind of have to. It's the thing that's happening. Before we get into it, here's why I think Americans are so into the Kate Middleton story, and really the family.
Okay.
It is a real life, like it's not fake at all.
These are real people.
Real people,
Mm-hmm.
reality TV that doesn't reflect poorly on us. It's the royal family is reality TV that is so dramatic, but it doesn't reflect poorly on Americans for once. Because most reality TV makes Americans look awful. It's highlighting the worst of us, right?
Yes.
And so we're like, oh, look at this dysfunction. They're jacked up too. They're you're like people in charge. You're like mascots. They're not really in charge. They're the mascots. They are, they are your they're your gritty. Gritty's the best mascot in sports. That's your. It is funny that England has mascots. So it is
so formal and like everything.
Yeah,
as a parade.
And it is nice regardless of your affiliation. It is nice when it's happening in a non-Trump era right now. Because we made our guy actually in charge. We took an actual reality TV star and made him president. Not fake.
It's true.
Not fake mascot. Actual in charge. So it is like a little bit of a reprieve for us. We can take a deep breath. We can look at their family drama. We're back burner. Yeah, we have a president that we often forget about, and he often forgets about that he is also president. So, so it's
pressure is off.
The pressure's off.
Yeah,
and it's kind of fun to keep up on the drama of it all.
It's it's just like it's a popcorn movie.
That's exactly it. For Americans, the royal family is a popcorn movie. Ooh.
You're just like, what's going on over there?
Well, Hugh Grant didn't put out anything this year. So what's Markle doing? Are they in Canada?
Are they in Santa Barbara or Hawaii?
Yeah. You know he served his country? Did you know he served? They never liked her. They never liked her.
I don't know. I have not stayed up on any of it.
Well, we have been watching a little bit.
We have watched a couple of theories online.
Well, and we've got some patrons who filled us in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard everything from she's dead to they're hiding her to she's recovering from a surgery to an affair like that he had an affair. And then and she's getting back at him because this makes him look bad. and
she has the better ratings.
She has the better ratings. She's more popular. So he's punishing her through this, and I'm along for the ride, man.
Well, the theory there is that they always make appearances. Their whole life is to make an appearance.
Yeah.
That's their job. And so for her to not be making appearances, like, she's protesting.
Yes.
That's
one of the theories.
One of the theories.
Yeah. Where in the world is Kate Middleton? It would be awesome if she just showed up in like the red coat and the hat. And that meme has to exist, right?
The Carmen Sandiego coat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But add in the little English.
Yeah.
Did you see that yesterday? There was a report, or there was a little bit of footage that she went to like a corner farm market with the.
They're called bodegas where I live. They're not actually called bodegas here. They're called 7-Eleven.
It seems like a farmer's market.
Yeah.
With William.
Oh.
I'm like him.
That's how, yeah.
With the guy.
I don't know their names, and I love it.
They were each walking and holding a bag. So she's alive.
Well, good. I don't want anything to actually be wrong.
Yeah.
The queen already killed Diana. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want actually something bad to happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. It's a stupid comedy podcast.
I kind of love the graphic design and photo community that came out when the photo came out. They
Oh,
started
yeah.
going ham on the Photoshop.
It was an
stuff.
insult.
And you know what was really bad about that? Okay, yes, the photoshopping. But then what the royalty posted was like, oh, you know how everyone likes to like Photoshop their own photos?
Just
like,
a mom, you know?
Yeah.
just-
like they totally took it
got
out on
Photoshop.
Kate. They were like, oh,
Totally.
Kate blundered with her photoshopping. And you're like, wait, that was your
take on that?
some
Not-
homegrown
yeah.
photoshopping.
Not like the royal family needs to up its like espionage and spy and cover up game. Could learn a little bit from us.
Also, it's pretty easy to find someone that's good at Photoshop.
You would think that the royal family would have access to that.
Freelance that
Yeah.
out for like $50.
It looked like it was
Fiverr.
It
you know,
looked
they
like
had to go.
It looked like Charles did on his phone with his huge fingers. It's just
Well, the funniest thing was we were doing our Patreon Zoom, and one of our patrons was like, well, I Photoshop my kids all the time. And we were like, expand. And and he was like, well, you know, it'll be like 10 of us in a family photo and someone's not looking.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I'll just take a photo of my kid looking and then Photoshop it.
I love
in.
it.
Easy.
And I was like, I've never thought to do that. Like,
Yeah.
when you're taking a group photo, you're always like, oh, we'll Photoshop it later. Ha ha ha. But, like, never have I done it.
Yeah.
And
You
so,
can really just grab an eye or two and move them over. Like, I mean, you don't even
Yeah.
grab a whole face now. It's
Yeah.
so easy just to be like, zip, zip.
So,
bump.
so
Amazing.
Remember when like
Yeah.
red eye elimination came out and we're like,
Oh my gosh.
what?
I have so many printed photos where the eye is still red,
Yeah.
but then the center is just
Yeah.
full black.
Yeah.
Like, so you just have a black eye with like a red rim.
All photos from the 90s, though, everyone's like, so you were all demonic? Yeah, we were. We got white bunny eyes. So it was great.
That was just how it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, red eye. Mhm.
Red eye removal. What?
But it did not work well.
No, it did not. Yeah. But it was, yeah, you're like, it's not red anymore, but it doesn't seem to look better. These kids will never know. You can hold up your phone and take a picture in pitch black, and it looks great now
They'll never know the
on
struggle.
your telephone. Anyways, we've got a lot to get to. Anyways, I have a bunch of upcoming shows. You guys should check them out. This weekend I'm with Irvine Improv. Andy's, I think, going to maybe be there Saturday, Friday. I don't know.
Trying.
It's not a hard commitment right there.
Sorry.
And then, no, it's all right.
SoCal, no.
Yeah, we'll
It's SoCal now.
no, that's a SoCal.
SoCal.
Screw you. Then after that, in April, I go to Syracuse. And then after that, I'm in Rutherford, New Jersey. hit up May. We're going to be in L.A., Cheyenne, Fort Collins, Des Moines. June, also Des Moines, Naples, Tampa, Dania Beach, San Diego. July, Rosemont, Chicago, Huntsville, Alabama. Nashville, Tennessee. Just added Fort Wayne, Indiana, July 26th, 27th. Just added August 1st through 3rd, Louisville Comedy Club in Louisville, Kentucky. Charleston that month. Charlotte. Just added Houston and Dallas, August 29th, August 30th, and September 1st. Just added we a lot of just addeds. Tacoma Comedy Club, September 6th through 8th, 5 shows there. Milwaukee, the Improv, 9/20 through 22. Just added October, Appleton, Wisconsin, October 3rd through 5th. Just added Oklahoma City in December, and Tulsa and Spokane, all on sale now. Right. Soon to be on sale is Atlanta. That's coming on sale real soon too. But there's a lot more coming. We're always going out there doing things, making moves, making it happen.
Wheeling and dealing.
Making my way downtown. Do we have another Patreon Zoom hang coming up, Mel? Have we set it yet?
We haven't set the date for April yet, but...
Love the patrons. We had a great Zoom hang this next week. During next episode, we'll have the date set.
Yep. We did it on St. Patrick's Day. It was a great time. Lots of people came out.
Yeah. It was fantastic. Like I said, today's a 2-episode day.
Yeah.
And if Mel and I are dragging a little bit today, it's because we went to a concert last night. We went to a concert 2 weeks ago when we traveled. It's been Mel's March.
I've had some fun things this March. Yep. And it's nice to have those.
Yes.
You know?
We went and saw Cold War Kids last night on a Monday at the observatory.
Listening to them for like 6 months straight.
Well, this is what you do.
Nonstop.
This is what you do when you when I don't know about you, Andy, but when you're like, okay, I'm gonna see a band. I got the tickets. You're like, I wanna like a
Brush
band.
up.
Like there's certain bands that if I'm going to see like Brandi Carlile or Damien Rice or the Foo Fighters, like I don't even have to. I know all the stuff. I know what. I'm actually gonna be pleasantly surprised if there's something I don't know. But there are other bands. Cold War Kid's a good example. I'm like, I know the hits. Yeah. But I want to look up the set list so I can. Because when you don't know a song at a show, sometimes you're like, oh, I gotta pee anyways.
So they were kind of on their 20 anniversary.
Not kind of. They're on their 20-year tour, yeah.
20-year tour. Plus, they've released 10 albums.
They put out 10 albums.
That's a lot of
music. Even said on stage, he's like, that's more than they want.
Yeah.
Like, that's more than the label wants.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious. I don't know if that's true, by the way. But,
well, I mean,
who puts out more stuff than Taylor Swift?
I actually was thinking that as he said that because Taylor Swift keeps releasing like more and more and more. But in general,
could you make more TikTok hits?
In general, you tour an album and then make an album.
Could you make one about going back to Chicago and feeling it? That would be great for us as a band. Back in Chicago. That's a great song. Anyway, so it was great, and we're dragging. It's just, I was thinking about this. It was a great show, and we saw Group Love the week before. Group Love was awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Both great shows.
I think if we had swapped the order of those two shows, I think.
Well, Group Love is it's just a different experience. It's a rock band, and Group Love is a rock band, but Group Love was dancey.
Yes.
Yeah. And Group Love was a pretty.
Enjoyed both shows.
Group Love was also like a pretty hot show. It was a good thing. It was like it was a great energy, and it's just very dancey. Group Love is take me to you, but very dancey.
Very dancey.
So I loved both, and both of them ended with a street hot dog. So big win for me. The street hot dog after a concert
or a game.
Walking
out of an arena if they're out there.
Oh my gosh!
Oh.
I always tip like double.
Yeah.
It's like $8 for the hot dog. I was like,
I'll pay $20 easy.
Yeah.
We were the only people that got one.
No, we were the first people. More people came after us.
We were like, these are so good, you should get one.
Yeah, no, we were hyping them. It's just, and they're all over SoCal. Like I remember the first time we got one was in Gaslamp after one of my shows. Like I was at Laugh Factory and we came out and we're like, what's this? What's this? What's this? There's something in the air. Street hot dog. It's onions everywhere.
Onions and peppers.
Mayonnaise, ketchup. What's this? It's so good. I love it so much. And but it's important to see concerts when you're middle-aged because it is the only window where you have the money and they can still hit their notes.
And you can still stay awake.
Mm-hmm. Barely. It's just you have to see every band you want to see middle-aged. It's the only time where the Venn diagram overlaps. Middle-aged concerts.
The window is closing.
You have financial stability that you didn't have in your 20s. They were at their best in their 20s. The band was when they were younger.
Yeah, they were hungry.
But you're at your financial best now. But they can still hit their notes still. Barely most their notes now, right? That's it. Middle-aged concerts. You have to see your bands in middle-age because otherwise they're going to get too old and you're going to totally regret it. Or you were running yourself up into debt in your 20s, you know?
4 o'clock sunset shows.
Well.
Yeah, and that's not going to be as exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the bands could help us out. And I say this as an entertainer. The band, please, for the love of God, give me an earlier show. For the love of, you want it too. I know you do. You're yawning.
They hit the stage at like 9:15.
9:30 last night on a Monday.
Yeah.
You saw the person next to us mouth.
No, I heard her. She was dancing like crazy. And then she's like, I have to get up in 5 hours.
And that's not even that unreasonable. That's not like I have some red-eye flight. At that point, it was like 10:30. She just has an early morning job. And she's a fan. Mm-hmm. For the love of God, earlier show, no opener, play the hits. Play the new stuff around. Okay, play the new stuff right around when we all want our second and only our second beer and need to go to the bathroom. And tell us.
This is the time to go take a bathroom break.
I know you need to perform that for you creatively. I know you need to do that. I have to pee so bad, and I want a second beer. Just tell me. Just announce it as the intermission.
Yeah.
Put the lights on.
Add intermissions.
Or just do the new stuff during the intermission. I'm fine with that.
Hey, this is our intermission.
Yes.
We're going to play the new stuff.
Yes.
You guys go take care of business.
Also,
all you young kids that are here, you guys stay. We're going to let you
stay in the pit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Also, I might not come back from intermission.
If you've already played the hits.
Yeah. If you've played like 4 of your 5 hits, I'm like, how much do I like that one?
Could miss traffic.
Also,
hot dogs outside.
What's this? Street hot dog in the air. What's this? There's onions everywhere.
You could be in bed by 11:30.
Ketchup, mayo, mustard. What's this? I love it so much. Also, no general admission. Give me a seat. Even if the venue doesn't have seats, give me an assigned standing spot. Like,
I love general admission last night. I had a blast with it.
No, that's because you liked being close, though. You didn't love general admission. You just loved being close. That's the nice thing about middle age.
It all worked in our favor last night.
Well, yeah, because people were leaving. Because it was late. It was late on Monday. It was late on a Monday. I would like an assigned seat. Ideally, I would like an assigned recliner, if not into bed.
I mean, it's just like preschool and kindergarten. Give me some tape on the floor. Tell me that's my square.
Yes.
And that's where I'm allowed to go. And then a little nap time.
No. I'll take it one step further. The show ends, lights off, everybody rolls out a cot. Good night. Good night. Give me a strong Wi-Fi because we're all zooming in tomorrow. I get it. I just... we also live in an area that gets a lot of the Monday shows, but that's beneficial for me because, you
can go to a Monday show.
Just please, just come on. Give me a Sunday at 6 or a Saturday at 6.
I mean, what's more punk than like an indie band or a punk band that's like, you know what, we're just going to do a bookstore, middle of the day.
Honestly.
If we're going to play hits, we're doing a little different. I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, wait, it ends at 6? I can get dinner after?
Every time I see a Tiny Desk concert, I'm like, that's how I want to see them.
Just totally.
Could you guys just do this like at my concert or at my work in like a field near me? And I could just go.
Come to me.
Yeah, if you could just come to me.
Yeah, just the empty lot at the business park.
Yes. That being said, great show.
It was a great show.
It was a great show.
Mhm.
All the we love live music. We love it so much. But when you're at a concert, when you're middle aged, you're like, this is gonna hurt tomorrow.
Well, there was many parts where we were canceling, which is just like we had an absolute full day.
Yeah.
And then we were getting a babysitter or ride
Yes.
for our youngest.
Yes.
And we pulled our middle child from volleyball early.
Oh, we got to tell you all about this week, guys. That's exactly right.
But the whole time we're like one step closer to canceling.
Yes, and I will, and
I do think is the middle-aged concert. That's the whole reason middle-aged people don't buy concert tickets, is because they're so close to canceling.
Yeah.
On a ticket they paid for.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's why they wait.
That's exactly right. Middle-aged concert is the day of going.
Do you think we have it in us?
And then during the show going, that could be the closer for me.
I could leave now.
That might not be your closer, but that was my closer. I could leave now.
Oh, man. That's so funny.
Yeah, I've had a couple of those.
Yeah,
for sure.
Anytime when I get to a concert, too.
Cost-benefit analysis.
Yeah.
You're like,
I love when
I've had my fill.
Yes. I love when I go to a small venue or a venue and they put on the bracelet and you're like, I'm too old for this. The bracelet is a moment, the 20. And I know that this saves you time and I get what you're doing. But anytime I'm like, I'm not a child. What is this right here? Just slap it on.
Slap bracelet. Yeah.
There was a girl who didn't get into it, a fake ID last night.
She did get in, though.
Oh, she did get in.
Yeah, she was like a traveling nurse.
Oh, she had a weird one. All right.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw him later.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
She was also drunk already because she was not middle-aged.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, here we go. Nurses go hard. Nurses, teachers, parents.
Mm-hmm.
You get a nurse who teaches in nursing school who is a mom.
Whew.
Oh,
That's a triple.
trifecta.
That's someone who can keep up with Bruno Mars right there. Uptown Funk.
Oh, man.
Melissa, I am so excited about our new sponsor, Dillyco, because I've been trying to get you to play pickleball for decades. This is not an exaggeration. And now you're willing to play in part because of Dillyco. They make such great gear. You're wearing it right now. What do you like about their gear, Mel?
It's comfortable.
So comfortable right now. I love it so much. It's a good fit.
Yeah, it's a good fit. It's good for everyone, young and old. And I'm ready.
It is very hard.
So I'm going to do something I'm uncomfortable doing.
Great.
And I'm going to give it a go.
And the gear helps. It is very hard to make pickleball or really any sport like gear that is good for everybody. Like all levels of skill, ability, body type, comfort level on the court, and Dillyco has done it. All this stuff is great.
Gear.
Yeah, it's great gear. They've got shirts. They've got some of their gear is really great. I really like their paddles. Specifically, I like the paddles because they're they're accessible. They're great paddles. Like they're officially pickleball approved, but they're not like too much. You don't want to be the person doing too much on the court. So if you guys go check out their website, thedillyco.com, and you use promo code BACKSEATER, you're going to get 10% off your entire order. So check it out. Go check out all their great gear, and we will see you on the court.
That's right.
In your Dillyco gear. Dillyco!
Dillyco.
Dillyco. It's fun to say. It's very fun to say. I want to tell you, we have had the craziest week. So, as of right now, Tuesday, January 8th, in the 2021, the year of our Lord.
January 8th. What do you mean?
I'm just saying dates.
All right.
January 6th. Sorry. No, as of right now. So our oldest son is on, our only son, our oldest child is on a college preview tour trip where they go and look at a bunch of different colleges in California. And so he's not jet setting.
He's in a charter bus
setting around California.
Yep. And
our youngest daughter, Claire, is in a production of Annie where they missed the whole week of school. So she's out of school this whole week.
8 shows.
They do so much stuff.
In 4 days.
Yeah. So she's in that production. So she's not in school, but she is very busy still. And then Gloria, our middle child, is just kind of her normal stuff, but it's still busy. She still has volleyball 3 or 4 times and then school, So that's our meaning we're having and I've been home. I'm home for 2 weekends?
For 2 weekends,
I don't get on a plane for 3.5 weeks. It's wild.
Yeah, so you'll leave Friday night, Saturday night, and you left Friday night. But that's 3 nights.
Yeah, I just went up to Hermosa and did a show up there.
Home at the end of the
I'm
night.
sleeping in my bed all of those nights.
Yeah.
All of those nights.
Very
I'm
untraditional
I
for
am
us.
I'm soothed to bed by the sounds of Melissa snoring, which she started snoring in the last 6 months.
It's all the concerts.
It's all the concerts. Yeah. It's snoring during the concert.
But
so let me just let me just walk you through.
But you travel 3 to 4 days a week
On average, yeah, absolutely.
Average.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
This is very unconventional for us.
So weird. To be home on a weekend, so we'll just these are the weirdest days for us. So Saturday morning, Friday night I go up to Hermosa Beach. I have a meeting with my manager, and then I do a show at Comedy Magic Club. This unbelievable club, I love it so much. I was trying to get a tape. I hung out with. So I get home Friday night. Everyone's asleep.
Yeah.
But Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, no, I've helped my son pack.
Yes.
For a 5-day trip. He has an essay he has to finish. I'm editing that.
So you wake up.
He has finals.
You wake up Saturday morning. He's finished finals. He's about to go in. His break has started.
Bed.
He has a race. He has an invite in Fullerton. No,
San Clemente.
San Clemente.
So yeah,
way off. But
Sunday night.
I'll connect in a second.
Sunday night, we're in Seattle, and the coaches start texting me at your shows. They're like, "We have to get him signed up for this invite tonight. You have 1 hour."
We thought he wasn't going to go to the invite. He was just going to go on this college trip, which started Saturday morning. But his team, they're like, "Hey, their 4x8 team is number 1 in the county." They're like,
yeah.
And this is an important invite. They need a good time. This is a good invite.
Invitationals
to qualify.
So I'm like, yeah. Okay, he can go because Dustin's home.
It's a great band. Sorry.
Dustin's home. So suddenly we're booking a hotel in Fresno.
So
I am going to spend all weekend driving.
What we thought was going to happen is you were going to do the invite, and then they were going to be sleeping in Fresno that night. And I was like, well, have fun. I'll pass on Fresno. I love the people of Fresno. That's a very far drive. That is the worst drive.
Yes.
It's traffic the whole way and then desolate. It's a terrible drive. There's a classic break off after you get over the, what's it called?
Grapevine.
The Grapevine, right? And you go to the right and it says San Francisco. You're like, oh, that sounds fun. Left, Bakersfield, Fresno. I don't want to go left. I want to go to San Francisco. That being said, parts of San Francisco way worse than Bakersfield. So, but as far as excitement goes.
It's a haul.
It's a very long haul. California is so long.
So big.
Yeah.
The entire stretch of the United States from top to bottom.
Yes, yeah, it's so big.
Yeah.
It's so big.
So we lucked out because Thursday night we found out the race was at 10:30 a.m. And we're like, you're only running that race.
You're not.
So my day was 7 to 5.
So you woke up, drove to San Clemente. He drove him, or he had bused?
I drove him. There was no bus.
You drove him to San Clemente. Oh, yeah, because there wasn't very many kids. You do the race. You're texting the chaperone.
Yep.
You meet up with him. There's a little break. You grab some lunch. You meet up with him at Cal State Fullerton, correct?
Yes.
You drop him off at Cal State Fullerton. And now...
In my head, it's UC Fullerton. I don't know.
No, Cal State.
Cal State. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't actually know California colleges that well.
No, there's so many of them, too.
It's all new to us.
Yeah.
It's new to us.
It's new to us, yeah.
We had just a couple in Washington State. So anyways.
I mean, we have a lot of colleges there, but compared to California.
But I
it's
know
so big.
I've been to all of them.
That should be California's
been.
catchphrase. It's so big.
Anyway.
Very dense.
So he's with the tour at 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then it takes me 4.5 hours to get home.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, no one's. It's as you know more than us.
No, Andy.
You never know when that 5. Also,
that's gambling.
That's gambling.
Serious gambling.
Saturday afternoon on the.
Also, when you we talk about this. Irvine, piece of cake.
So easy.
As soon as you start going inland, towards Fullerton and Brea and what else is that direction?
Yorba Linda.
Yorba Linda.
91 East out to Riverside.
Oh, right. So, yeah, past the stadium, right? Like, you take a
That's
right.
the Orange Crush, so that's 5722 5 freeway.
Okay.
It's called the Orange Crush.
This is the SNL sketch.
Yeah.
You take the 22.
Yeah.
It's going to
Be
be
jammed.
That's
You went on the Orange Crush at 4 p.m., bro?
Yeah.
The Angels are playing. Angels got a home game, bro.
And then there's the stadium, and
That's
then
it. Stadium, Honda Center. Like all right there. That's the worst. Fullerton.
Garrett Anderson.
And then if you're trying to go to...
Sorry.
Yep.
Garrett Anderson, right? That's your...
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Gosh, those teams are so good.
So good. So good. Yeah.
The
So-
Orange Crush.
it was a mess. Well, I made the mistake.
I love California. I love it so much.
I was like, I want coffee, but I don't want to wait for it.
Yeah.
So I went to Oso, that one gas station.
That's the good. That's the. I always. That's my stop.
It's
I-
right off
Dunkin'
the freeway.
Donuts
Yeah.
on the
Right
side.
there.
Yep.
And
Yeah. Exactly.
Bathroom, drink, gas, you're gone.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm not gonna wait for coffee. I'm just gonna get a Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was so bored. I drank that whole Diet Coke
And now you got to pee.
in 10 minutes,
You
and I
got-
still had like 2.5 hours to drive.
Yeah. That's
And
yeah.
I refused to stop. Like, the rest stops are nice. I could, but I was like, I gotta get home, and so I just sucked it up and drove.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
I'm dad at home with the girls. And
He's so proud of himself.
no, I'm not. It's just a different. It's just
so different.
It's so different, and that
Because you had the rehearsal schedule in the morning and then the volleyball schedule.
I
in
gotta
the
get
afternoon.
I gotta get a girl down to drama.
Mhm.
And so we go down there, and I come home, and then I got to get a girl to volleyball. But as I pick that one up, I got to pick the other one up. We got to go get some.
You gotta bring some stuff.
There's a couple tasks I have to get
Yep.
done.
Yes.
I had to go to get some show makeup at Gypsy Trader.
Yep.
At the Grossmont Mall.
Yep.
And so I'm just, there's moments where I'm just like, where's Mel? Where's Joel? And not like I need you to do this, just kind of like, huh? It's just
It's very different.
I'm normally by myself during that time on the road somewhere,
Yes.
walking around some city looking for a smoothie, playing Pokemon Go. Like, that's that's why I will not stand when people complain about comedians. Oh, baby.
Like
Oh,
how hard it is to be a comic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you went out of your time zone? Okay. Did a kid puke in the middle of the night? That'll put you in a new time zone. Were you anxious waiting for your 16-year-old to get home?
Always.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's home and you're anxious about him being home.
I
So,
was anxious about him leaving. I was anxious about him.
so you
Yeah.
come home and now we've got a Saturday night on our hands.
Mm-hmm.
We do nothing. I don't even remember what we did Saturday.
Oh, I think Gloria went to a sleepover.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Glory went.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I took
Mhm.
Glory to a sleepover, and then
Yeah.
Claire. But we still because I was like, oh
No, he was like, I'm going to watch the first Dune.
I wanted to watch Dune because you were going to be in Fresno. You were going to be in Fresno, and I'm
This
like,
guy made some big movie plans.
well, I was like, I'm going to be by myself and a kid going to bed at 8, and I want to see Dune. I just don't have a spare 3 hours. And then you were home.
Yeah,
and,
she
you
gets
know,
at 9, so
you know.
then it's like 9:30, 10.
Yeah, you do.
and-
Now the kid who does the dishes isn't home, and now it's 10, and we watched one Arrested Development and went to bed.
I've been making it through half an Arrested Development,
Yeah.
which is like
Mel's-
11
Mel's-
minutes.
Time for it's shrinking her ability, her detention span.
Yeah,
So,
let me just say,
it's
dealing with
tired.
Orange County after that, and then watching
was so
Arrested
great.
Development
Oh, yeah.
is just
Yes.
like your own version of
That's
punishment.
hilarious. That's so funny. Yeah, and also like that drive, and that's it.
Well,
I was very. I was very
understand.
empathetic to your
Yeah.
struggle there
Mhm.
because flying is not hard. It's you get in your little
You just
adult high chair.
sit there.
It's unbelievable. It's
Mhm.
nice, but driving will take the life out of you. A drive
Also, I was in the car that doesn't have any like
media.
yeah, it's just you and the radio or
Yeah.
your phone like in your pocket.
Yeah,
I couldn't hear. I was trying to listen to some podcast. I could hear like half the interview.
yeah.
I could hear not the person being interviewed because they had a bad Zoom.
You were listening
connection.
to a Zoom podcast on your phone in the car. That is the worst audio you can imagine.
in your pocket
Yeah.
on
I didn't have a
speakerphone.
pocket. It was
Because
You
like,
need to raise money
Yes.
to solve this problem.
Yes,
like,
yes.
Like
That's on you.
seriously.
That's on you.
These are
She could have had her AirPods.
This is our
Because
best
I
part.
listened to that
No,
same podcast on.
okay, are you ready?
Hold on. But I listened to that same podcast in AirPods. It sounded great.
Okay, for one, my AirPods went on the college trip with
Yeah.
my son.
Yeah.
That was just a packing incident. He needed a third bag, and I was like, use this one. So my AirPods left
Yeah.
me. Also, I have never driven with an AirPod in, and I'm probably the only one. But
Yeah.
in general, I've never done it. So I thought it was like the thing where you can't have
It used to-
headphones in.
It used to be a rule.
when you were
weren't supposed to
driving.
drive, but that is
Remember
not
that?
a rule anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, no, it was a bad setup for sure. But I was trying to get home.
Which is why you were beat. So then we wake up and it's St. Patrick's Day. And it's Sunday, and we've had, including rolling in today.
You're
Today,
never home on Sunday mornings.
never home on Sunday
Never.
morning.
Yeah.
So,
So we have one kid at a sleepover, one kid on a college trip,
yeah,
and then one kid that gets up at 7:30 every morning.
which we were not going to because we're like, this is our day to sleep.
So
We got to save up for the concert on Monday. We got to preserve
Yeah.
a little sleep. That's how
So-
sleep works, right? So we wake up on Sunday morning,
mhm.
and I cook. Why not? I make some French toast and eggs. Sure. Very Irish themed. And we just had, and then we take our one solo kid
Balboa.
to Balboa Park.
Yeah.
We're cruising
Mhm.
around, playing Pokemon. Caught a shiny Kyogre. Very rare. It was the Kyogre Rare Day. It was great. It was so fun.
It was
It's so
amazing.
different. It's and
Mhm.
you're like when you have one kid, you're just like, oh, there's just I guess we'll just. She's like singing a song and kind of wants us to kind of watch her sing the song. She's like, she's really soaking up this attention right now, isn't she? Like, we're trying to have a
Absolutely.
conversation.
She's
here.
like, I made a playlist and you're all listening to it.
And Mel's like,
And then
I'll
also-
listen to it if I can put it in my shirt.
I don't have a pocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're like, no, you can choose the music, but we're gonna talk. And then
Mhm.
she's like, no, you're not.
Yeah. We
You're
ate
gonna talk about this song I
Yeah.
chose.
we ate at the cafe in Balboa, which we've never done because I'm like, well, we are missing two kids,
The
so it's
two expensive kids.
so it's 40% off.
We were like, okay, so there's two churro stands, and we're like, pick the one that looks more sanitary.
Neither of them. Yeah,
Neither.
there's a lot of hand grabbing of the stuff.
There's no
You're like,
tongs.
"Ugh,
And
guys,
then
tongs are so cheap.
and
Just
then
grab
I was
two
like,
sticks.
there's a sandwich board, and we're like, what if we just ate here?
What if we just had some food? Yeah,
Let's get crazy.
let's get crazy and sit down and have a meal with our children, our one child. It's great. We walked around, came home, made shamrock shakes. We've never done anything like this. We've never had this day in our whole life.
Well, you and Claire, okay, this is the other thing was Claire was like really feeling this St. Patrick's Day.
Claire was really,
So,
she's like, it's a holiday.
She's
I can't
10
believe
and
they're like,
she's like,
okay.
oh my gosh, we have the whole day. Everyone has to wear green. We got to do St. Patrick's Day things.
uh-huh. The Shamrock Shakes were a big win in that
Uh-huh.
regard. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Meaning that I went to Ralph's on Saturday night. Like, what do they got left for some St. Patrick's stuff? Literally a Squishamallow that was half off because its
Squishamallow.
ear was ripped. Like, well, it's green. She loved it,
she's really holding on to,
Yeah.
the holidays.
which I love.
So-
It's beautiful. You know.
I was like, go get some gold coins.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
We're good. I'll go get some trolleys. Those green sour things. That's what they really want.
just the strangest day. Yep.
Rolling into
Mhm.
yesterday. So their tech week starts with a 13-hour day.
Yeah.
Claire gets dropped off at
Mhm.
8:30, 12 and a half, at 8:30 yesterday, and we get out of there at 9. It's
PM.
unbelievable. It's
Yeah.
full, and that's just
Mhm.
one of the
They
days.
do 2 run-throughs
Yeah.
and many other things.
So
yeah.
Joel's on a trip,
Mm-hmm.
and Claire gets dropped off, and then
Glory has
and then
school.
Glory goes to school, and we're just like, oh, well, now what? Because we don't like. I guess we'll go for a walk.
So I worked the green room noon to 4.
Yeah.
So
again, what do you do? You have a volunteer shift from noon to 4 on a Monday. It's very weird stuff.
It's super weird. Plus, they feed the kids lunch at 11 and dinner at 3.
Yeah.
So like everything is just turned upside down. So I cooked because I was like, listen, we haven't had anything healthy in days.
Yeah, you cooked dinner at 2.
At 11 a.m.
At 11 a.m.
At 11 a.m. I was like, I'm going to cook.
You're like, oh, gosh,
in the fridge.
doesn't even sound good.
And that's what I did for the track meet.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, what are you guys eating? And I was like, I made this at 2 p.m. on Thursday.
Yeah.
You know, like that was the last time we had healthy food.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was just so weird. And so I do my shift. And
I get
then,
Gloria while you're at the shift.
Yeah. And then
Clean the bunny hutch.
and then we played pickleball.
Well, and then we got and then we
We
played.
were like, so there was a national storm, like weather alert
Yeah.
for San Diego. That was nothing, or it was just some rain
Yeah.
and dark clouds.
Yeah.
So
When Gloria got home, I was like, we better do our volleyball now at home because we usually do family volleyball every day, but everybody's gone, so it was just one-on-one,
Yeah.
which is usually the most competitive, anyways.
you
and
two,
me
yeah,
and her, yeah.
without me and Claire,
And so I was like, it's gonna rain, but then the rain had held off.
yeah.
We got invited to
Mhm.
play some pickleball. The
5:00
yeah.
on a Monday night, and we were like, oh my gosh, we can do it.
When the guy invited us, was like, which is we're in a pickleball chat now, group chat, pickleball GC. And I was like, I was like, when do you
There's no
normally
way we
play?
can do
He's like, it's normally like weekday nights. I was like, well, it's literally impossible.
Yeah, it'll
From-
never happen.
Yeah, from 5 to 8. Are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah, with children.
what am I single with no kids? Like, who's available from these hours? You know, or
Yeah.
retired?
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are busy parent hours.
Yeah.
But we went and we played pickleball.
And
Mel
we
is
said-
so freaking good.
we
No, okay.
I was like, I don't want to go, but I don't get opportunities like this very often.
No.
We don't.
Yeah.
I was like, we have to go.
Yeah, we connected with some friends in the community. It was great. The
It's in
Dillyco
Dillyco.
paddles were great. It
Brand new court, brand new park,
was gorgeous.
new friends. I'm like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. There's no.
New friends.
Yeah. But
Well,
anyway,
you love community. You do. And I love pickleball. I'm like, great. And you are like, okay, so we've talked about this. This isn't, I mean, this is inadvertently, I suppose, a Dillyco ad, but like we did the thing of, I grew up playing a bunch of pickleball. And because it was invented in Seattle, and you would play in PE, and you would play I played a bunch in college.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
like I played my buddy Ryan every day for when we lived
you
together.
guys had courts.
I'd never beat him,
Yeah.
by the way, and I'm pretty good, but I would play with Brandon, like in high school.
Wow.
High school and college, I would play all the time.
Yeah.
And now it's like the biggest thing, and so I was like, oh, we've got this. It's like growing right now. It's in this boom. We live in San Diego. We can play a
year
lot.
round. Yeah.
And so I was like, well, we'll go like rally a bit,
Mhm.
and my gut instinct was like,
I'm
Melissa.
gonna be bad.
Well,
Yeah.
paddle sports aren't your strength.
Mm-mm.
But you were more coordinated than you used to be, by the way. Like you over time, and I think it's because I throw stuff at you for 23 years.
That have to
I threw
catch.
keys
Yeah.
at you the other
Mhm.
day, and you just like caught it like this, and I was like, you have grown. Like
Well, you've been training me.
yes, for
Um,
this moment.
Yeah.
And we start rallying around, and I was like, Mel's got a hell of a backhand. Because you did play some tennis growing up, which I didn't know. We'd never talked about that.
Yeah. No.
You were wailing your backhand. It was like I was
I was like, you got this one?
so I was just kind of like my thought was like, this is something that I bet Mel and I will do once a month as like an alternative to a hike and like a little jog, like get a little sweat going.
neighborhood walk.
That's what you say when you're middle aged. Like, yeah, get a little sweat going. I always remember middle aged guys saying that when we played basketball. And it's like, I'm just trying to get a little sweat going. It's like such a grown up thing to say. And I'm like, oh, Mel's like good. But we haven't like, I'm kind of teaching you some of the basic rules. It's not that complicated. But
Yeah.
so we ended up knowing some people there who had invited us. And they're like, hey, do you guys want to do doubles? And at first I was looking at, there were like two young dudes. And I was like, this doesn't.
We had a lot of spin and stuff.
Yeah, and I was like, this doesn't look like a fit for us. But then I was like, you know what? We do need to learn like the scorekeeping rules and stuff. I need a refresher on those. And maybe this is how you learn the game and the strategy and stuff like this. Anyways, we won 2 out of 3 sets. Mel smoked them.
They're new too, like they're beginners. So it's not like
they weren't the couple next to us. The foursome next to us was like they play every day, you know, but
yes. No, it was fun.
And then so we play pickleball, we win 2 or 3 sets, we go home, we shower, we pick up Claire, go to a concert. It's the weirdest Monday in history.
Yeah, when we agreed to do pickleball, we agreed to like shower again, which is like a whole thing. Another roadblock to not going to the concert.
Ends up you do not need to shower before a concert. It's gross. It was so smelly.
What's the point?
Yeah, we had a farter near us.
It was a really smelly concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, another reason we almost left early. I'm like, again?
Anyways, Joel just texted me asking me to transfer some money to buy something in Santa Barbara. All right, everybody, we're going to do another one of these, but you're not going to hear it till next week. Bye. Hey, folks, just want to give a special thank you to our As Essential as Oils patrons. That's our $25 a month and up level of patron. Thanks so much for giving to the pod and getting a little more. You are Avril Griffiths,
Adam Bush,
Allison Nelson,
Bonnie Galindo,
Carrie Teague,
Caroline Crimmins,
Code 2 Grow,
Courtney Eibling,
Demarius Diaz-Stevens,
Dan O,
Dave and Melissa Cox,
Dave Hoagland,
Dustin Daly,
Jason and Francis White,
Jessica Hanrahan,
Joshua and Nikki Platt,
Jordan Cowan,
Juliana Smith,
Lori Amos,
Matt and Sam Slosdom,
Michelle Carlson,
Nathan and Jennifer Merritt,
Nicole Carraz,
Rachel Wilson,
Rachel Kennedy,
Robert and Nellie Capen,
Stephen Menya,
and Tiffany Payne.
Thank you so much, everybody.